All right, we're ready. So I'm Jocelyn and I'm Jessica's mentor. I felt like that was such a nice word to use. Like it made me feel very important. I've had my business 8 years and I love, love, love my business and I'm very excited to tell everybody about it. How about you, Jessica? You've had your
I
business.
am really excited to be coming on board with Arbonne, and I'm excited to get my business off the ground here. And we're just going to, I guess, tell you a little bit about it today.
Yeah, that's it. So what did you do before Arbonne? Because you still kind of do it. And how did
Right.
you hear about this opportunity?
Well, before Arbonne, and still now, I'm a freelance writer and an editor. And so I work from home online, and I spend most of my day online researching and writing and picking up stories on like social media outlets and stuff like that. So I connected with Jocelyn, you, in a group or two, and we seem to um, go on similar groups and things like that. So that's how I got involved with Arbonne. I'm really into sustainability and being eco-friendly and being cruelty-free as far as animals go. In my former life, I was a veterinary technician for 15 years. So I have a really strong connection to animals, and I have found it, I don't agree with a lot of researching on animals, especially as far as cosmetics go.
Yeah.
So this company really appealed to me because I don't think that we should have to make, for instance, rabbits, swallow lipsticks and stuff to see if they're poisonous, or put them in their eyes and stuff. It's a rotten thing to do. And Arbonne makes products that are not tested on animals, which is really, really important to me, like extremely important.
Yeah, I totally get it. And really, like, I don't want to knock other brands, but there are some big brands that test on animals that people really don't think they do. I like the fact that we're vegan because I don't want my products on an animal and I don't want an animal in my products. I don't need to be putting, I always say dead raccoon on my lips. I don't need to
Right.
be doing that.
Right.
Arbonne came to me through a friend, and I went for lunch with her and my mentor, Heather Smith, and it was something I never, ever, ever thought I would do. I was working in promotional products at the time. But at that time, we were very financially strapped, and I didn't like working 9 to 5. I didn't like being away from my kids. I couldn't figure out why they just wouldn't let me work at home. I was just doing quotes for t-shirts and pens and stuff. I could get an email, take a phone call, do that at home, but they didn't seem to understand that technology. I think they got it now though, because they're all working at home.
Right.
So with this,
Now they're like, oh yeah, we can do that from home remotely.
that's what that girl was talking about 8 years who didn't want me here. So,
Mhm.
it just was really important for me to be home with my children, and now I am. And I knew nothing about products or what was in products when I started my business, because it's a learn to earn business. And and now I'm very much very picky about what goes on our body or in our body.
Mm.
Why did you decide to start a business?
Well, freelance writing doesn't pay very well. I think that's pretty widely known. I have a book right now at a publisher, but traditional publishing takes a long time, and you usually get a lot of denials, and it's like you just have to submit and submit and submit, and that's where people sort of break into the market and go, okay, now I can like make a living at this. But just writing articles for content platforms online is very labor intensive with very little payoff. So I wanted something to supplement my income that I could do from home and that wouldn't add a lot more onto my workload. And, had to do with it's sort of has to do with like connecting with friends, social, and things that are good for me anyway. So, and it's a product, and it's products that I believe in. I wear beauty products. I believe in health and wellness, and I think that it's important that we don't strain the earth more than we need to. And so I'm really excited about like vegan, products that are eco.
Totally get it. And that's one thing. Urban doesn't have to be your passion, but it can lead you to your passion. I know your passion is your book, and
Mhm.
Urban can help support you till you get to your passion and support you in your passion. A lot of people's passions don't make them a lot of money,
Right.
but um Arbonne can help them get there, and that's like one great thing about this business, and especially in this economy, like people need a little bit of extra income. 50
Mhm.
to $100 will make a difference to anybody right now. Um, so some of these questions are a little bit like redundant because you've already said, but what do you think of the products?
Well, I mean, like I said before, I love the products. I love that they're not tested on animals. They don't use animal products in their and they're completely vegan, which means they don't use things like dairy or eggs or anything animal related in their products, which is important to me because that's how I try very hard to live my life. I don't wear animal skins and I try not to eat animal products and stuff like that. So, and also it's the planet and also how healthy it is for your body. Even things you put on topically absorb into your body, and you want it to be something that is non-toxic and not poisonous on some level, because a lot of the cosmetics are, and people don't realize that, a lot of the alcohols and other things that they put into the products can have a long-term effect. And I really believe in a company that wants to have as little of an impact on the planet as possible, because that's live too. I don't want to leave behind a mess for future generations. And I also want to be using products that are going to enhance my health and beauty instead of just covering up or, masking or whatever problems.
Yeah,
So I think that's important.
exactly. And like our products are gluten free, and people don't realize if you have a gluten sensitivity,
Mhm.
and you're using products that have, like, a lot of products have gluten in them, like lipstick has gluten in them. Like, I'm not really sure why, but it does. um
Mhm.
well, yeah, if you read your labels, a lot of things have gluten in them. um
Yeah.
yeah, so our products are much more healthy.
Mhm.
I love the health and wellness products, but I also am addicted to this, the face creams and everything else. It becomes a whole addiction. And I love that Arbonne says they want to be the best company in the world and the best company for the world. And we have very strict
Right.
regulations on sustainability, and they are going to be stricter as we figure things out, right? So
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
love that. What were some of your fears or hesitations while looking into Arbonne?
Well, especially with the COVID-19 crisis, global crisis right now, the health crisis, I did have some reservations about, really selling anything right now that's not considered essential, and then I talked to you about it, and, it is true that a lot more people are shopping online now. And I just sort of felt like, well, I don't want to be straining people more, during this time, because people are struggling as it is, and I didn't want to be pushy,
No.
and then I felt like when I thought about it more, I felt like, well, this isn't something that people are going to be like, people that can't feed their family are going to be like, well, I have to, buy protein powder or whatever, like I just, you know, I so I had some sort of ethical um reservations at first, about it, but as far as the products go and as far as the company, policy go, everything, I can totally behind all of that. It was just
Oh, did we freeze? Are we coming back? Did I lose you? Come back, come back.
this, right? I really, you're frozen, but I can hear you. Okay, there you are.
You were frozen too.
Oh no.
That's okay. I think a lot of people have had that, even people experienced in the business have had that same reservation, like, or hesitation, like, why, like, should I be reaching out to people right now? And really, right now, people need another stream of income. So if we can reach out to them and help them with that, um, that's great. People are shopping online. And like you said, my fears and hesitations were totally different because she's frozen. I'm just going to keep talking. My fears and hesitations were totally different because I was afraid I wasn't good enough to do this business and nobody would follow me and nobody would, you know, people would think I was like the crazy Arbonne lady coming with my samples all the time. And that's
Right.
really not how we run our business at all, right? So those were just crazy fears and hesitations I had. What are you most excited about joining Arbonne, and what does your future look like with Arbonne?
Well, I'm excited, of course, about the extra income, because it means a lot to me. I'm sort of operating all the time on a shoestring budget. So you're right, like $100 here or there really means a lot to me. Plus, it's products that I believe in and that I would, you know, put on my own skin and consume myself. That I, I feel like it's an ideal thing to sell. It's not just something that I'm doing for money that I don't believe in. That's not the case here. Like, I really feel like this is something I can totally get behind, and so I feel like my future with Arbonne looks like it will give to me as much as I put into it, basically, and I think that that's really important too. Like, I'm not it's not just about the money. It's about like a moral and ethical belief system that I operate my life according to. So and it just aligns with my values really well. And so I am really excited about that.
I my my excitement has changed in the years. Like now I'm so excited to help others with their business. That's what really excites me. Like really I want to help as many people as I can grow their business. Um, and I think my future looks like I would like to give out a lot of Mercedes Benz keys to people because I just want to help people grow their business. Like that to me, it would be so exciting. Like it'd be exciting when I earn my own white Mercedes, but I think it's going to be so much more exciting when somebody that I have helped earns theirs. Like that is
Right.
going to be like, I can't even imagine. Can't even imagine. And I cannot wait. Like I see it in my future. um, yeah, crazy, crazy things are coming. Um, if someone has heard about the business or the products and isn't sure they want to join, what would you say?
I would say talk to me, talk to Jocelyn, talk to anybody who is well versed in how it works and how you can progress in the business, and really do some research. I mean, the more research I did, the more I liked this business. The more I looked into, and that's not what usually happens with me. Usually, the more I look into something, the more I'm like, I don't think so. Like, you know, but the more I looked into Arbonne, the more I was like, this is really something I could get behind. They seem to be an honest, truthful, transparent company that is really into helping people with their health and wellness. And that is something that I want to be a part of. So I feel like the more that you learn about it, the more that you will be willing to be a part of it.
And I like to think I'm never in the convincing business. It's not my job to convince you to have a business. It's my job to
Mhm.
educate you on products and the business. I had a meeting today with a girl who we have been talking for like a year and a half now. And she goes, I'm almost ready. I'm just not there. And I'm like, girl, I'm still here. Like, I'm
Right.
going to be here. And so we've started her off with some products. She's a preferred client and she will probably upgrade to a consultant at some point, but she's still not there. It's not my job. I'm not in the convincing business. I'm in the health and wellness business.
Right.
Um, how can people contact you?
Well, I am on Facebook a lot because usually I'm online doing something. So, because I work from my living room, Facebook is probably the best way to contact me. I have my Arbonne group in Facebook, and I'm usually connected somehow
Yeah,
online.
we all are, aren't we?
Right.
I know. It's National Siblings Day, and none of my siblings have Facebook. I don't know how, like,
Oh my gosh.
old. My siblings are so old. Not one of them has Facebook. Like,
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know how they contact people in their world, but it does not work
No,
in mine.
right.
Well, I've had a great time interviewing you tonight. I
Thank
can't wait to
you.
watch
Thank
your
you.
business soar, and we're just getting started. And I will talk to you. I'm going to end the recording. We're going to post this in your group as soon as it's not hard.